Necro Overtime. I never know how to start these shows.
That's pretty good.
Necro Overtime. We got some updates, right? Good stuff to talk about.
I really like this update. The main story we're gonna talk about tonight. It's intriguing. Mm-hmm. It's exciting.
And luckily we have the
thought-provoking
president of MUFON with us to discuss it.
It's one of the bonuses of this show, yes.
I give the final word on all alien matters.
I think that's fair.
So let it be written. So let it be done. I mean, you've executed people at MUFON for far less. It's the word on the street anyway.
Well,
hey, I got abducted. Just kills them if he doesn't believe their story.
yeah, fuck that. You're a liar. Got some Harvard geniuses, though, in on this one. Allegedly.
Just the headline's intriguing. Aliens may already live on Earth, Harvard researchers say. What do you think when you hear that? When you hear that headline?
I think of the movie Men in Black. They're already living on Earth.
I think of the movie They Live.
It's a theory that's been around for a long time.
All right. Well, someone's putting their stamp of approval on the potential here. Let's see.
And that someone is Harvard-ish.
Yeah, kind of.
Is it a Harvard Extension professor?
Well, you tell us.
A study by Harvard social science researchers suggests that aliens may have been living on Earth for a while. The research paper, which is yet to be peer-reviewed... warning!
Well, in all fairness, does Harvard have peers?
Well, no. In a word, no.
So they're like, whatever we say goes. We have no peers.
Suggests that life forms from other worlds could be living underground on Earth or within the moon, and that UFOs and other unidentified anomalous phenomena, UAP in other words, may be evidence of them getting around. The study suggests an unconventional explanation for UAP, with the authors of the paper hailing from Harvard's University Human Flourishing Program, which researchers the factors that contribute to human well-being and flourishing.
What does that mean? Exactly?
That's a lot of words there.
Repeating the same words.
That sounds like somebody that has found out how to like do nothing and get paid for it.
Let me read that again. The authors of the paper hailing from Harvard University's Human Flourishing Program, which researches the factors that contribute to human well-being and flourishing.
AKA what? Money? Yeah. Money's a good one to have.
I flourish when I have money. Sure. That means I get to eat,
food,
which helps me flourish.
Having water is also a plus.
Flourish, sure. The paper has been taken down from ResearchGate since Newsweek published this article, but still accessible using Internet Archive. Does that mean they're retracting it?
Somebody from Harvard probably read this and was like, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
Warning.
They're like, hey, I'm actually from Harvard and fuck you.
So this is interesting. UAP are any objects or phenomena that cannot be immediately identified or explained by known human-made or natural sources. The authors point out that the A in UAP represents anomalous in their study rather than aerial, as is commonly the case because some UAP are not only airborne but may travel underwater. It's fair.
It's true.
UAP have been reported in various forms, including spheres, discs, triangles, and other shapes, ranging in size from small orbs to large craft. Many exhibit flight patterns and maneuvers that defy conventional aerodynamics, such as sudden changes in direction, high speeds, and the ability to hover without apparent propulsion systems. Last summer, as we know, 36-year-old Air Force veteran David Grush caused a media storm after he said that a top-secret U.S. military program had found the wreckage of several fully intact, unidentified aerial craft, some of which contained dead non-human pilots.
Non-human pilots.
Let me skip ahead here because there's a lot of blah, 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah. I'm from Harvard, blah, 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 blah.
In the paper, the researchers discuss 4 theories of how aliens may be living alongside us. The first of which, the human crypto-terrestrials theory, suggests that there may be an ancient human civilization much more technologically advanced than our own that has somehow survived in secret. What do you think about that?
That's like Hollow Earth type stuff.
They lived underground and slowly migrated and integrated into our society? Or are they just still down there? And
I've never even heard the word crypto terrestrials before.
you have now.
Yeah.
I just assume that's what we call people who invest in cryptocurrency, right? Like you're a terrestrial. Sorry, you're going to lose all your money.
Did you guys watch the Tom Brady roast at all?
Clips. I didn't see the whole thing. I refuse to watch that man get
Fucking
roasted.
Nikki Glazer was on fire. It was so funny. She's like, Tom, you lost like $30 million in crypto. How could you do that? Even Gronk was like, I know this not real money. It was so goddamn funny. Oh, she killed. It was great. Check that roast out if you haven't seen it. So fucking funny.
What is that on? Was that a streaming
I
thing?
think it was a Netflix.
Was that?
She's like, Tom, you have 7 rings. 8 now that Giselle gave hers back.
Damn.
I saw quite a few of like the hardcore Giselle jokes. Yeah, it was pretty funny.
That was real good. The second theory is that there is a technologically advanced non-human civilization that evolved on Earth in secret, created by an ape-like hominid or some unknown intelligent dinosaurs.
See,
What do you think about that one, Ian?
as soon as I read that, I'm like,
Now he's pissed.
this is not Harvard. Like,
What?
somebody's joking around about this.
This came from Harvard, pal. That's the headline. Did you see the headline? Harvard.
This is
This was like a frat initiation, and they told him like hijack the science department and just send out these emails.
yeah, because this is like stuff where, like, I'm up at 2:00 in the morning reading about, what we're going to continue to talk about because it gets even more off the rails.
Biblioplades.
Biblioteca.
Bibliotecoplades.
President MUFON is not on board with the story so far, Dave.
All right, here we go. The third suggests that there are aliens or humans from the future that live on the Earth in secret. And the fourth suggests there are, quote, magical crypto-terrestrials akin to earthbound angels, which the researchers compare to, quote, fairies, elves, or nymphs.
Who is the researcher? I want to see the researchers behind this.
Quote, the principal weakness of the final theory, by contrast, is its utter strangeness.
That's stranger than the dinosaurs.
Particularly for readers schooled to limit themselves to modes of explanation within the bounds of, say, the standard model of physics. The researchers write in the paper, quote, while belief in extraterrestrials is tenable, belief in something like fairies is simply not a live option for many scientists. You don't say. Although this idea is likely to be regarded skeptically by most scientists, such are the nature of some UAP that we argue this possibility should not be summarily dismissed and instead deserves genuine consideration in a spirit of epistemic humility and openness. However, the majority of experts in the field do not believe that UFOs or UAP are evidence of extraterrestrial activity. I don't think we broke any ground here. I think this seems like just a thought exercise and some people having some fun.
And people mock us for liking wrestling.
It sounds like these researchers for real did hop on Biblioteca Pleiades and just decided to write a report on it or something.
They got the headlines everywhere. I got this from World Star first the other day. That's where I first heard about this. Who doesn't have an editor because it said Harvard's. They had a typo when they posted the headline. Harvard's researchers. Like, you know how many people follow you, World Star? You can't get someone to proofread this before you post it?
In all fairness, still probably more credible than that actual story from Harvard.
You may have a point. You may have a point.
World Star is not the biggest at fault here.
I don't see any proof put forth here. I don't see any groundbreaking science involved here.
No.
It's just someone with a thought exercise having some fun with us, I think.
There's a quote in this article that's interesting. The guy, well, where's this guy's name? He's like the debunker cited in the article, but he doesn't think that UFOs or UAPs have anything to do with aliens. He thinks that they'll be eventually we'll figure out that there's some type of a natural phenomena.
Interesting.
Yeah, he said, quote, "For decades, there are reports of strange phenomena above thunderstorms being reported by pilots, which were roundly derided. Nowadays, we know of imps and sprites, electrical phenomena flashing upward from highly energetic storms to the ionosphere. Those were reported as UFOs back in the day." Maybe, but I don't know. I don't see how we would ever be able to naturally explain this little clearly metal orb buzzing around in the sky, but
We have the videos now
yeah.
that we know are real and accurate videos.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how you can explain that with that explanation.
Yeah, because you have all these pilots looking at these things like in real time.
Yeah. With far greater technological instruments now than, back when that guy's talking about.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we did not break ground tonight, but I just thought it was an interesting headline with Harvard, and seems to be a bit of a nothing burger, though, at the end of the day.
They
Still
also
an
talked
interesting story, though.
They talked about ultra terrestrials in here too.
Is that different than crypto terrestrials?
Well, so
And
they were
extraterrestrials.
so extra means out, ultra means here. They were talking about it as like living in the earth or something. I'd never heard of them used in that context.
When you mean living in the earth, you mean like among us or like in the earth?
In the earth or in the moon, they were talking in this thing. I always heard ultra terrestrials as like John Keel talked about them, like they are in the dimensions. You know what I mean? Like
I'm in the hollow earth. I'm an ultra terrestrial.
like Mothman, he's an ultra terrestrial.
Of course he is.
In his just those dimensions, doing what he's doing, I guess.
What else can you ask of the guy?
No, he's gonna do whatever the fuck he wants, I think. So
I've seen pictures from the Mothman Museum statue in Point Pleasant that people are shoving dollar bills in his ass crack.
haven't you been there to that?
I have. There were
Did
no
you not shove a dollar bill in his ass crack?
No, I did no such thing. That would be disrespectful.
Wow.
Someone put a tribal tramp stamp on him not too long ago too. I saw that.
I wouldn't fuck around with that.
It's rude.
You
might
wake up
visit
one
you.
night and
That's
see
right.
red eyes staring at you. Okay. Well, what else we got
don't
then,
do it.
Dave? Got anything else for us tonight?
This is the problem with UFO stuff too, is because you get like some credible shit with pilots talking good, and then you have a headline blasted everywhere saying like Harvard,
Yeah.
and then it's just nothing but joking around talking about fucking dinosaurs creating humans. Like, what is that?
And then it hurts the credibility of the whole genre. Yeah.
Stupid.
Well, I saw it out there. I shared it. I saw this headline being shared, so I thought we should at least talk about it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's always fun talking about aliens.
Yet you didn't share the Hulk Hogan has a beer coming out, but that's cool, pal. No big deal.
Would you like to tell us about it?
Nope.
I think you would.
At this point, I'm moving on. You'll see it when you see it in stores.
I think you
folks.
probably want to tell us about it.
No, I've said what I've said.
Okay. I'm going to do a quick intermediate story here before we get to our final story. Nexium leader Nancy Salzman has been released from a halfway house. She moved from a federal lockup to the halfway house last September. She pled guilty to racketeering conspiracy related to the cult. Originally sentenced to 3.5 years behind bars, served fewer than 2 years. She was supposed to be released this month, but was set free in mid-March. So she's no longer in halfway house. She's free as a bird.
Was she like? I don't remember much.
She was
about
the
it.
second in
Keith's,
charge.
like, right hand man.
Yeah.
Yeah, those two did it all together.
Yeah.
How long had she been in the halfway house? Did you say?
La 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 la.
Like when we did the show, was she already in the halfway house?
She wasn't even in jail yet, I don't think.
No, I don't think
okay.
so.
It was still pending.
I see.
Last September, she got released from federal prison and sent to the halfway house. And in March, she got released. I think she has cancer.
Was she paroled? Or did she do her full time?
She got that early compassionate release, I think,
'Cause
for
she
her
was
cancer,
sick.
one of those early release programs. Yeah.
Do we suspect her to be a threat anymore? To cause any more controversy or flare-ups?
No, I don't think so. Her daughter was convicted too, right?
I believe so. Her daughter
She got probation.
she was heavily involved in that whole thing.
She got off light then?
Yeah.
Probation, yeah.
Okay. So
Not
there'll
much
be-
else. Just
So we'll
a
have an OT
quick
in a couple
update,
months
yeah.
that she's probably dead.
I hope not, but
So this is one that you'd hope doesn't die.
you know, she seems sick. I don't think
Just
she
assumed
was-
everyone who breaks the law you want to kill. Just trying to figure out where we're at. Just trying to figure out where we're at.
That is not accurate. And I've never said any such thing. And I'm quite frankly appalled that you would say such a thing to me.
So she's really sick? Like they're sending her home to like die almost?
I'm not sure. I didn't see that. I know that she had been that she had a recurrence of cancer and requested the early release that was approved. I guess we'll see. I'm unclear. Just
Okay.
wanted to report that she is no longer at the halfway house. Keith still in prison. Nancy Salzman, she's out and clear.
Nobody is upset by Keith still being in prison.
No, I've not met one person in my day-to-day life. It's like, can you believe that Keith Raniere is still in prison?
You think he's charming?
Free him now. Free him now.
You think he's charming the men in there as well as he charmed the women? And also, do you think he goes out to like rec time with knee pads on?
Boy, I hope so.
Like he's in the prison yard with fucking knee pads.
With his little sweatband on.
Yeah,
and
like
shit.
playing like basketball or something.
Tell me that wouldn't be great.
I want that episode of Lockup.
The Keith Raniere edition.
Oh yeah, I just want to see him get pummeled in prison.
I can't imagine he has done well in prison.
No, probably not. Right?
Can't be. Can't be.
Yeah.
Who's gonna like that guy?
He's been Andy Dufresne many times over.
yeah.
Have you seen? You've seen that, right?
But
Shawshank.
Shawshank. Okay.
You never seen Shawshank?
it's weird.
Wow, what kind of loser doesn't see movies? Get a load of this guy. Who doesn't fucking watch movies? What a loser. Can you believe that? Andy Dufresne did not have a good time in prison.
Yeah, Keith, he's just a nerd.
He's a nerd, sure.
Like the definition, and he's not going to do well in prison with murderers.
I suspect he had a bad time. Or is
Still
currently
having a bad time.
Sure.
Yeah.
Maybe we can interview Keith.
We probably could. We can tell him we're from the Medina Innocence Project.
And then fucking do a heel turn on him.
in the middle of the interview.
So why are you the way you are? You piece of shit. Good stuff. All right, what else, Dave? You got?
I have one final story
Big
this
one.
evening. There is a new book about missing Indiana University student Lauren Spierer that we covered a few years back.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting because there's apparently some new evidence in this book, and I thought people might like to read the book.
That's one of the more fascinating unsolved stories that we've ever covered.
Yeah. So in the summer of 2011, missing 20-year-old Lauren Spierer's name and story captivated America. Strangers flocked to Indiana University's campus in Bloomington to look for any trace of what might have happened to the New York native. Her parents pleaded for answers. Nancy Grace put out a call for help, and author Nicholas Sparks offered free signed books just for a retweet about her with hashtag Find Lauren. Thousands of missing posters were scattered throughout Bloomington, but there was no trace of Spierer. She left for a night out with her friends and was last seen alive around 4:30 in the morning, June 3rd. It was kind of nuts in those early days, reporter Sean Cohen said. Cohen at the time worked for a paper in Spierer's hometown just north of New York City. One of her friends reached out to me at the paper and said she was missing, Cohen said, and like many journalists, he made the trip to Indiana University to investigate. He was one of the first to report Lauren Spierer had been mixing drugs and alcohol that night. The family was very, very upset with me, and they said, leave it to the police. It's the police job to investigate. And they essentially thought it was a victim blaming in some ways to talk about the details leading up to her disappearance. Cohen said the Spierer family eventually warmed to him, though, because of his dedication to stay on the story. 6 years ago, the Spierer family gave Cohen their blessing to write a book about the case. My great hope is that people will pay attention to where the case is now. There could be some real breaks, Cohen said. So the book, College Girl Missing, the true story of how a young woman disappeared in plain sight. Cohen interviewed dozens of friends, witnesses, and former Bloomington police officers. Cohen uncovered for the first time that Corey Rossman, the man Lauren Spierer was with most of the night, made a phone call around 3 a.m. as Lauren Spierer could barely stand and had to be carried from one place to the next. I was surprised by the 3 a.m. phone call, and it was quite interesting to confront the person he called, Cohen said. But Rossman and the old friend on the other end of the line deny any memory of the call. Jay Rosenbaum was also with Lauren that night. His townhome is where Spierer reportedly ended up before Rosenbaum said she demanded to walk home. He was the last person to see her alive and has never spoken to the media until Cohen. To go with those individuals, ask unanswered questions, and work my way towards some of the final people who were with her that I can confront them, Cohen said. Rosenbaum maintained his innocence and offered the theory that someone else might have taken her. It's about fulfilling a responsibility, really, to everyone who participated in this book. They did so hoping that the real story that night would finally be told. The ending, even 13 years later, remains the same, a mystery. So I think the new information is that this guy made a phone call at 3 a.m., and they know who he called, and it was some other girl back in New York, I believe, and they both deny the phone call takes place.
Although they deny remembering it.
They deny remembering it.
Well,
right. Yeah.
And it sounds like...
You sure about that?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying that's what the article said is they deny remembering it.
Yeah.
And it sounds like that the guy that last saw her, which wasn't Rosenbaum, right? It was somebody else.
Rosenbaum was the last person to see her.
But it was someone else who made the phone call, who was with her most of the night. There was two different guys we just talked about.
Yeah, Corey Rossman.
Corey
Who was with
Rossman,
her on 3 a.m.
Rossman made the call at 3 a.m. Rosenbaum is where she stayed, and it sounds like this is the first time he's spoken about it in the book.
She wanted to walk home by herself at 4 o'clock or whatever in the morning.
Is what he says. And he had not spoken since this book.
Yeah. So this guy called this other girl at 3 a.m., and then that's the new evidence.
That's the one, right? Isn't there the video surveillance of her like walking down the hallway and she's all over the place?
Yeah, she's real wobbly.
Yeah.
She didn't need to be walking home at 4 a.m. That's for sure.
She certainly did not.
I remember when we covered that there was a timeline that put Israel Keys driving right through that area. I can't remember how credible that was or not, but I remember that there was...
Yeah.
He would have been in that area, I think.
I think he was one of the theories at the end we discussed.
Isn't that crazy?
Wouldn't that be wild?
We just fucking talked about that on Patreon with Tara Calico.
Yeah.
Connecting stories.
Yeah, serial killers being in the same area.
Look, when a serial killer like that, we know what they've done, and they're somehow adjacent to the last known location of someone, then it's not beyond the realm of possibility that they can attribute it to them, right?
Yeah.
They're right there.
Not at all.
So, I don't know. Check out this guy's book.
What's the book called?
It is called, 1 second, sir. College Girl Missing, the true story of how a young woman disappeared in plain sight.
Boom. Look at that. I can have it.
7 a.m. tomorrow.
Oh, no. It says June 20th. What is this?
Oh, it's probably not released yet. It probably doesn't officially come out.
That could be. It might have been advanced copies that people had.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Which, if you order on Amazon, you usually end up getting it a couple days earlier, from my experience.
Well, all right. So it's probably coming out in a couple days.
It says it's an instant New York Times bestseller.
Wow.
All right. I'm going to pick it up.
So hopefully it puts pressure on those people that maybe get some more out of that phone call. We'll see.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this one turned out to be one of those type of cases where some college guys did something fucking really stupid and then ended up killing her.
Even unintentionally.
Yeah.
Right. And you just get scared and then you hide bodies and do whatever.
I would not be surprised, but
Look, we'd like to see some closure at some point, though.
All right. Anything else to update us on?
That is all the updates I have for this evening.
Okay. Well, Ian's going to buy the book, and then we'll get more updates from him probably after the fact.
I fucking hope so.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to reading it.
It really is one of, I think, my top 5 favorite episodes just because it's interesting.
Yeah.
And I always talk about how I like those ones that are unsolved because it makes for better conversations. So that's always one I think about as my top 5. So we'll see. Bye.